Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Talisman. And again, I can only announce that this will probably be the last video after I was wrong there the last time. But again, the scout is heading now for the Crown of Command, where he has to fight the Dragon King. He is already here at the Plane of Peril. And the Vampire Hunter is also approaching the point where he might take that risk. But it's dangerous for her. At the moment, I think too dangerous. We have the 6th Omen. We were a little lucky during the last time because of these Stones of Time that allowed us to bring back one Omen card from the discard pile. So now we continue here. Actually, I wonder if you're supposed to draw any dragon scales in the middle of the game board, in the inner region. I think so. Although I'm not sure. I don't know. So I guess we actually have to draw dragon tokens. I'm not sure if I did that during the last attempt, but I'm gonna do this now. And that's a Dragon Rage, which is definitely not good. So we have here, discard one of your spells. Okay. Now what happens out? Damn it. I think... No, it's all fine, yeah. So, we gotta discard a spell, and we're gonna discard this one here, cut the threat. Okay. And then we gotta draw a card. And it has to be a green one, because Grylippus is the Dragon King. That says Dragon Spire. The Dragon Spire will remain here for the rest of the game. Roll a die. You may add 1 to the score for each dragon scale in this region and for each dragon scale you have. Well, he doesn't have any dragon scales, so that's kind of a problem. Huh. Shit. Okay, it's interesting. If he rolls a 2 to 7, he suffers the Dragon Rage. That sucks. But yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna... Well, what I could do though is, and I think I really can, I think I can use my Hidden Path ability and place it here and then draw another card. You're not allowed to affect creatures in the inner region with spells. You cannot evade these guys. But this is not an evasion in my opinion. That's just a special ability of a character. And I think it is allowed to use special abilities inside the inner region. It definitely is. Otherwise, a special ability like the dwarves that allows you to roll one less die in the mines would not make any sense at all. So therefore, I'm going to use that, and I can draw another card, and maybe that's a better one. So let's see what we get here. Well, that looks good. Grylippus Druides, craft 4. If Grylippus is the Dragon King, add 3 to the cultist's attack roll. She will remain here until she is killed. Okay, so we have a pretty good craft of 10, and it's daytime, so that means this thing has only a craft of 3, plus 3 makes 6. So let's see what we get. Yeah, that's clearly a victory for me. So I gain another another trophy here, and in addition that allows me to move now 2 spaces, because I killed one. That means I can move 1 space and an additional space for the enemy killed. And now, after my turn, all the cards and tokens are removed from the inner region. So that means that this card goes away, and the token, I'll get that token. If a card with a hidden path token is removed from its space, return that token to your character card. So that is basically something I can do every turn. And now if I had more tokens with me, that would be actually even better, because then I could do that again and again and again. Yeah, until I find a card which is not so terribly dangerous. Of course, at the end I still have to face the Dragon King, but it makes the way definitely easier. The Elementalist. Yellow. So that means we do have a new Dragon King. It's Kedoris now. And this goes here. And that's a 2. The stone. That's a gamble. Now I'm going to move here. Now I can choose. I could drink from the desert pool. And it's dangerous to do that. On a 1 or 2, I'm dead. I have a fate, but still. I think I don't want to do it. So I guess, yeah. Okay, I guess I'm going to encounter that dragon scale here. Draw a red card. Vathrak's Zealot. If Vathrak is the Dragon King, that's not the case. So this guy should be no match. I got a strength of, well, I can easily make it. Okay, I got a strength of 3 now, but I can add 4 to the die roll. And yeah, I'm actually going to flip that. So that gives me a strength of 7 then. That's no big deal. Yeah, I think I can actually not lose this game. This action. Okay, so this fight. Yeah, fine. And the cool thing is it gives me another one of these tokens. And it's now the Vampire Hunter. Yellow. And a 5. Okay, now she's here in the inner region, and she still wants to improve her abilities a little bit. 3, 4, 5. Okay, that would be a sleeping ivory dragon. That's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not the Harbinger. So I guess we're going to move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to attack this guy. He may not use any weapon, but because he's sleeping, he only has a 3 during daytime. Now that definitely should be possible for me. Overall, I got a 5, 6 with my special ability, and this sucker here, the homunculus. So I got a 7. Oops. Yeah, fine. He's dead, and I can trade this for another one. So I'm actually improving quite a bit now. And I could also encounter the Lake of Visions. Question is, do I want to do that? I don't know. Honestly, I don't think so. Do I have to take one on? You may, okay. So, the scout again. So he draws a card from the Cadoris pile, and that is a Cadoris Acolyte. Strength 2, Craft 2. So he's got to fight in battle because his strength is lower than his craft. Cadoris is actually the Dragon King, so that brings this guy up to 5. But because it's daytime, it's only a strength of 4. With the Bracelets of Might, I got a strength of 7. Yeah, so if I'm not too unlucky, I should be able to make it. And that should be enough. He's got a 10, I got an 11, so there we go. Another trophy from me here. Not quite enough to trade it yet, but not too bad either. And then I can move 2 spaces because I killed an enemy. I'm doing not too bad in here. And now here's the thing. Now Varthrax is actually the Dragon King. After the Elementalist has drawn a red token. And that is the guy I want to fight as the scout, because he has the lowest craft value. Problem is, though, that this comes a little too early. If we kind of follow these cycles, I'm pretty sure that we probably might end up with Cadoris as the Dragon King when I'm entering the Crown of Command. But it depends. Maybe I'm lucky and it will be Varthrax after another cycle is gone. I'm pretty sure he will not remain that long, the Dragon King. Okay, so let's see what the Elementalist does. He has a 2. That could bring him to the Sphinx of Life again. And yes, we're going there, of course, because we want to get that life. So let's say I don't know, a 3. Ah, shit, this time it's a 6. Okay. So nothing happens here. And Vampire Huntress with a sleep marker. Wow. Do we have any dragons anywhere on the board? Hard to tell. Let's see. I don't think so. Nope. What is that? Yeah, there we go. There is one actually. An Eastern Dragon. So we're gonna place this sleep marker over there. And then we gotta roll. The sleep markers have to be placed on dragons first, and only if there is no dragon anywhere on the table you can place them on a standard monster. So a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that would allow us to encounter that token here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I guess I'm going to move into the desert here and encounter this token. So but I can draw from any deck. Well, I assume that also means that I can then use the other tokens, because otherwise that would not make a lot of sense. So I guess I'm going to draw from the yellow deck here. And that's a desert drake. Well, that fits. Strength 6. It will remain here until it is killed. If you are defeated, in addition to losing 1 life, the dragon drops you in the desert space of your choice. Okay. So, with a strength of 6, well, that's risky. We have a strength of 7. This sucker only has a strength of 5, basically, because, yeah, I think that's fine for me. So, let's hope for the best. Ugh! That's not enough. I think I might want to spend this here, but now the scout says no, I don't allow that. You're not gonna get that. I play my dark fate, and that means that I got to use my plate mail and hope that I survive this. And yeah, no problems here, so I'm not defeated. It's a standoff, so it simply stays here. Oh, wait a minute, I could have added 1. Still, I think you rolled a 5 and I rolled a 2, if I'm not mistaken. So that made it a 10 for him. And I had a 6 plus 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9 plus 10. So yeah, it was a standoff anyway, but I think I wanted the points, so I actually would have tried it too. So there is no, yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine. And the the scout wanted me to prevent from getting these strength points as a trophy, so I guess that's okay. And then it is again the scout. And that's a sleep marker, and shit, now we gotta place it here, and the vampire hunter can return. That's an easy prey for her. So we gotta draw a card from the red deck. The Temple of Varthrax. The temple will remain here for the rest of the game. The dragon cultists demand an offering. Discard one of your followers. If you have none, lose 1 life instead. That sucks. Well, I got the Darkland Falcon, so I can't discard this guy. And, yeah, fine. And then the temple goes away because it's in the inner region. Okay, and we're allowed to move a single space. So another sleep token for the elementalist, and this time I think there is no other dragon on the board. I'm pretty sure about that. So it goes on any non-dragon creature. Not sure. I think I might play it here. Play on the ghosts, the vengeful ghosts, and I will simply roll a die. Now this is a 1, that's not so great. Actually it's not bad. I can move here and encounter that dragon scale. I got a +5 here, so I can be pretty confident here, I guess. Okay, now that's what amphib tier? Strength 4. Before you engage the dragon in battle, it makes a breath attack. If you have any armor, lose a life. Yeah, oh boy, you're not... that shit. Wow, that sucks, man, because that means I'm dead. Oh, that's really painful. Shit. And there's nothing you can do. Yeah, I think there's simply nothing I can do. What a shame. He wasn't doing that bad, but it seems like this is actually it. Yep. These things happen if you are at a single life point. The game can be over pretty fast. Okay, so there we go. Here goes our elementalist. That's a real shame. He leaves some cool stuff here. On the okay, there she is, our new character, the Dragon Priestess. And that's actually randomly, but it fits very well with the theme. So she starts the game with 2 spells. Whenever you encounter a cultist, you may take it as a follower instead of attacking it. That's not bad, especially if you play with this dragon variant. After rolling the die, when praying, you may use all, none, or some of your followers to perform a ritual. Each follower used in the ritual adds 1 to your score. What does it mean using a follower? Well, maybe I don't want to know exactly, right? Whenever you encounter a dragon, you may offer a sacrifice instead of attacking it. Ah, now I understand. You don't have to kill the follower, you can simply add 1. I see. To do so, discard 1 of your followers' objects or spells and roll 2 dice to pray with the same results as at the temple. If you are enslaved, you must miss your next turn instead. You are not affected by dragon rage. Okay, so in this game, she has definitely a big advantage. In a standard game, it's not that great, I guess. But, yeah, there she goes. Oops. Oh, come on. There she is. The Dragon Priestess, and they're from behind. Oops. So, and she starts at the temple. Wow, and she's evil right from the start. Okay, and let's see, she draws her first dragon scale, a green one, and that means now Grilipus is the dragon king, which is pretty bad for him, but yeah, he won't stay forever, so maybe it's not so bad that he's the dragon king right now. And then we got to place a marker here. And she can start moving. Now that is a 3. Okay, look at that. So we can move here, and right away we can take our first follower, Cadoris Acolyte. Okay. And then we got to encounter the other things here. So we got number 4. Okay, we got a stranger here. First character to visit the warlock and discard 1 of his dragon scales gains a talisman. The warlock departs to the discard pile once a talisman has been collected. Okay, that's the Dragonfire warlock. So this guy is not interesting here. We got a fairy dragon. The fairy dragon will grant 1 of the following wishes of your choice, then vanish to the discard pile. Spell, gold, strength, craft, life, or fate. And by the way, I forgot to give her spells. Or teleport to any other space in this region. So I think I'm going for fate. So there we go. I mean, she is now already at 5, which is not bad. And St. George. You may move St. George to any space with a dragon card. You must then choose 1 dragon card on that space and discard it. Well, I'm not sure if I want to do that. Dragons are my friends. And as a dragon priestess, I'm definitely not gonna work with St. George, so that's nothing I want to do. And she gains 2 spells, which is also pretty important. So let's see what we got here. That's the Destruction. Cast at the start of your turn or when you have just completed your move. Remove any face-up adventure card from the board and place it on the discard pile. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's interesting. Simulacrum. Cast on yourself when you are about to engage in battle or psychic combat. Resolve the attack as normal, except that if your attack score is less than your opponent's, you are not defeated, and the attack is considered a standoff instead. That is definitely not bad. Okay. Well, and then we see the Vampire Hunter. Okay. Now she is basically heading for the Portal of Power, but that's definitely not such a great start. So I guess she simply moves here and then draws a card, encounters the yellow dragon scale here. Kadora's Priestess once again, and that should not be a big deal. She has to fight her in battle, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, she's got a lot. 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And another one for the... 2 more for the... Now, 3 more actually for the dragon scales. So, yeah, okay. There we go, and another trophy for her, and another dragon scale for her. Scout. With a green marker, that's not so great. And he's got to draw 3 cards now. From the green deck. Let's see what we get. Okay. Well, okay, that's not so bad. Only a single dragon. And actually one with a craft. So in the end it might be to our advantage. Elimination Dragon. Before you engage the dragon in battle, makes a breath attack, roll a die. The result is equal to or higher than your strength. You lose 2 additional life if you are defeated. Now, okay, that would be pretty horrible, but I think we got a very good chance. We only have a strength of 4, though. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so that is not a problem. And then we got to fight craft of 7. So I got a craft of 10, actually. Okay. And that's it. Nothing else? Well, that's not too impressive, is it? Yeah, okay. So I think I gotta make it. No, let's hope for the best. Well, actually, this thing only has a craft of 6. Okay, well, I made it. So I can trade this for another craft point right away, which is pretty awesome. And, well, I'm actually going to take another big one. Okay, there we are. And then, let's see what we got here. A Sprite Dragon, that's a stranger. Draw 4 spells and place them on this card's face up when revealed. Once per visit, you may take a spell of your choice from this card. Your craft allows. When all 4 spells have been taken, the dragon flies off to the discard pile. The spell do not count towards the number of cards on this space. Okay, so I'm gonna draw some and find out which one might be best. Okay, there were no amazing spells, but that time steal is kind of neat. Cast on any character at the start of his turn. That character must immediately end his turn. Then you immediately take an additional turn. And then we have here, so that was the Sprite Dragon. This is discarded now. And finally we have Verdant Altar. The altar will remain here for the rest of the game. Roll 2 dice and pray here with the same results as at the temple. Okay. And Grillepius is the Dragon King. So it says if Grillepius is the Dragon King, you may add up to 3 to the score. So that's something I want to do. Ugh! Holy shit, that was bad. Oh man. Well, normally that would be lose a life. But okay, you know, I can add 3 and that brings me then to gain a strength, and that's fine. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna discard this and there we are. Oops. Yeah, that's cool. So with my followers, the Great Axe and all stuff, I might now actually consider even using my strength if I have to fight a terribly strong. If I have to fight a dragon which is really good in craft. And then I can move 2 spaces because I killed a dragon. So there we go. And the priestess. Oops, and of course we shouldn't forget to draw from here. That's okay, so these go away. The priestess is... where is she? There she is. And she rolls a die. Now that's a 2. Okay. She doesn't want to go where the Harbinger is. She could move here to the Black Knight. And she can encounter that... that dragon scale. So she simply draws from this pile here Grillepius Shaman, and look at that, that's another cultist. So another follower. Yeah, and then she can move to the temple and really have a very good some very good die roll modifiers pretty soon if she continues like this. So next is the Vampire Hunters, and she now Cadoris becomes the Dragon King. And she rolls a die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, shit. Well, she doesn't want to go there. Shit. But she wants to move to the Portal of Power, so she's got to move around the other way now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that would be a Heretic Angel. Does she want to encounter that guy? No. So she encounters the Dragon Scale instead. And she draws... hard to tell. I mean, she could also draw from the green one. and not completely go on yellow, right? Maybe that makes more sense. So she will draw from the green pile of, yeah. A Mystic Dragon. At the start of your turn you may gain one spell if your craft allows. Holy shit, man, that's a follower. This is awesome. Look at that. And this is really impressive. Well, maybe here, cast at the start of your turn, or when you have just completed, remove any face-up adventure card from the board. It's not allowed to take it from one of these guys. Otherwise, the destruction would be pretty cool, but it's not allowed, I guess. It says from the board. Okay. Now, who's next? The scout is. Okay, there we go. A red one, which is not bad. If he's doing fine, he might just make it when Wathrax is the king, and that would be very good for him. So he's got to draw now 3 cards. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, that's pretty good, actually. Another Craft 7 dragon, that's a good thing for him. If you are defeated, you do not lose a life. Instead, you must place one of your objects on this card. Well, I guess that's not going to happen. If you kill the dragon, you may take any objects on this card, then discard the rest. Okay. So, Craft 7, let's see what we got here. We got the scout. He's got a craft of 7. No, bullshit. Craft of 11. In addition, nothing. But that's cool. And the dragon only has a craft of 6. So it should not be so hard, right? Yeah, okay, fine. So that gives us another craft. And we managed to kill that guy. Where is it? Damn it. Where is the dragon? Where are the cards? There we go. Covetous dragon. Okay. And another craft for the scout. And then we have the Horde Thief. Whenever you encounter an enemy, you may gain 2 gold. You may only do this once per turn. Wow, what a card. Man, this is awesome. I mean, it's not very useful for him right now, but during the game, this is an amazingly strong card. And Wyvern's Staff. An object. You may enslave one dragon you encounter instead of attacking it in battle. You may discard the staff and the enslaved dragon to add its strength to yours until the end of the turn. Well, that's also neat. It's not that great though, but it's not bad. We only have to see that we don't have too many objects. No, we're fine. Oh shit, I should have played that one. We can do this in the next turn. Okay. And it's now the Elementalist. No, that's not true. It's actually the Dragon Priestess. Okay, we got another one, another green one. And then, where is she? I don't know. Add the Black Knight. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want to go to the Harbinger. 2, 3, 4. We might want to go here. We don't want to fight the Vampire Hunter, but we can, of course, choose to... Well, we might... We might consider... Yeah, I think I'm going to encounter the Dragon Scale. That's a green dragon. Wow. Craft 9. Holy shit. If you are defeated, you do not lose a life. Instead, you must place all of your spells and this card face up. If you kill the dragon, you may take any spells on this card. If your craft allows... here we are. Beautiful sword. But of course, I mean... just in case that we have to discard an object or so, because we only can use one weapon. So... well, actually, this is a two-handed weapon. I wonder what that means. Not sure about that. It might mean that we are not allowed to use any other item. So we might have cheated with the Banner of Valor here. We probably did. Yeah, okay. Anyway. I'm going to remember that from now on. And so, and then we can move actually 2 spaces. No, wait a second. We also have to encounter the other things, and again these cards are gone somewhere where I can find them. What is that? Here we go. Varthrak's War Council. That's a place. The War Council will remain here for the rest of the game. You may discard one of your followers to claim 1 dragon scale from any Draconic Lord card. If you do not discard a follower, you must draw a dragon token instead. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. On the other hand, yeah, I'm going to discard the Horde Thief. Exactly. He's cool. We're going to discard that sucker. And then this card also goes away because no card remains here. And we gain a dragon scale. And I'm going to take a red one. And then we can move 2 spaces where we can also draw 3 cards now. So the scout draws 3 cards. The problem is Gryllipus has now already 2 dragon tokens on his space, so there is a good chance that he will be Dragon King when the scout enters the Crown of Command, and that is not good at all. But right now we have to fight some other guys. A Varthrak Sealot, and he's got a strength of 5 because this guy is the Dragon King. +1 makes it 6. And then we got the Dragon Whelp. If you attack and do not kill the whelp, move this card to another dragon of your choice. So he's got a strength of 4. That would make it overall a strength of 10. That's not good. So I wonder if I really want to fight these guys. Okay, we got a 6, an 8, that's a 10. That's a pretty big risk. I'm down at 2. I think I don't. So I'm going to use the Hidden Path. And I'm going to place it here at the Varthrak's Zealot. And instead I'm going to only fight the Whelp. So we can bring his head to the mother, right? And yeah, easy. So now let's see. Is that already enough? Yes, it is. So that gives us another strength point. Very good. Okay, so this goes, I guess, here. That one goes here, and that one goes here. And it's another strength point. And then we got the Dragon Speaker. The Dragon Speaker will remain here for the rest of the game. Draw the top 5 cards from the Dragon King's deck and place them back on top of the deck in any order you wish. I see. Okay, that's not bad. And then he moves away. So that means we're allowed to keep this, or to get this back. These 2 are discarded. And we can take the top 5 cards and then see what we get here. Okay, so I ordered 5 cards, and there is a pretty interesting object in there. And if I played that a little clever, I might get that later on. And then I'm allowed to move 2 spaces. So we're right here now. And that's the end of my turn. And we see another green dragon, so that kind of sucks, because that means now that Grilippus is the Dragon King, and he's got an amazing craft of 14. That's not good. It also means that this is placed here, and the Dragon Priestess then rolls a die, 3 spaces, either here or there. Hard to tell. I guess she moves. It doesn't really matter. So she moves here to the Hell Pits and encounters the Dragon Scale. That's a zombie dragon. Wow. Beautiful artwork here. A dreadful zombie dragon is terrorizing this area. It will remain here until it is killed. So we might considering... I'm pretty sure I cannot fight this guy. But I think I want to sacrifice another follower here. So then I'm allowed to pray at the temple. Oops. That's a 7. That's pretty good. Gain 1 craft. Very, very good. So I already have a craft of 6 right now. That's really impressive. And yeah, the zombie dragon then remains here, I guess. And the vampire hunter. That's again the green one. That sucks. A4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, yeah, she moves there and encounters the dragon scale. And she takes, yeah, she takes a green one. Grilippus Druid, craft 3, cultist. We add 3 because Grilippus is the Dragon King. So that makes it a 6, 7 because of the night time. But we still have a good time to make it. So let's see. Yep. No big deal here. So we killed that guy. And we're good. And I can actually draw a card. I forgot that, but I'm going to draw a spell, of course. A teleport. Cast on yourself instead of rolling die for a movement. Teleport to any other space in the same region. Spell cannot be cast in the inner region. Okay. Why not? So, let's see. Oh shit, this is not looking good. So we can be pretty sure that we have to encounter Grilippus at the end. And he's a tough guy. Let's see. We got to draw 3 cards. And yeah, let's see what we get. I got a celestial dragon. That doesn't sound too bad. We got an event. Dragon degree. Draw and place one card from the Dragon King's deck face up on each space in this region that has a dragon scale. If Grillipus is the Dragon King, this event affects every region. Wow. This is not... I mean, this is ridiculous, right? Okay, well, then... Oh boy. Let's start. Okay, I mean, this is pretty ridiculous, actually. Yeah. Okay, now I only did this now with the base board, and we're nearly out of cards. So I decided not to place it on the other spaces so that there are a few cards remaining. Otherwise, it just gets too boring. There is now only this pile left, maybe 15 cards or so. And then we got... Shit, what was it, man? Yeah, we had these. Okay, we gotta fight the vampiric dragon with a craft of 9. So if I lose, I will also lose a follower at random. Okay, so let's see. I'm pretty sure we can do that. We got the craft of 12 here. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. This guy has a craft of 10. I got a craft of 12. That's going to be close, but there is a chance. Oh no, that's actually not true, because we had an event, so he only has a craft of 8, I guess. Yeah, okay, let's see. Okay, great, we did it. And that's pretty cool, because... There we go. We can trade now these 2 cards for 2 more craft points, and now even if we have to fight Grillipus, we have a pretty good chance to make it. Okay, there we go. We have now 14 craft. Nah, this is a lot. Okay, so we killed that guy, and we have the celestial dragon here. You may either heal up to your life value or replenish fate up to your fate value. The dragon then flies off to the discard pile. Okay, well, I'm gonna heal there, down at 2, so that's pretty awesome. I got my full life value back then. And I'm just happy with that. Very, very good. And now the question is, do I have to move 2 spaces? Or is it up to 2 spaces? Because then it might be a better idea to wait a little, or only move 1 space, and hope that another dragon will be the Dragon King when my turn comes up next time. Let's see. Here we go. Ascending, blah, 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 blah. Countering the dragon cards, blah, blah, blah. Plus 1 additional space for each enemy you kill during this turn. Yeah, it seems you have to do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has to. So that kind of sucks. That means he's got to move here. And then in the next turn he'll probably be here. But we'll see. The Dragon Priestess. Now that is a red one. And she rolls a die. And that's a 6. 4, 5, 6. So now there are tons of options. There are tons of things going on here. I mean, let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that would be the Dragon Hatchery. Oh, I should have placed a card there too. Shit, I forgot that. Yeah, there we go. So that's an altar then. Ah, yeah, exactly. I shuffled the cards because I was out of cards, actually. Anyway, let's place that here. No, I'm not going to do it. Damn. I was out of cards, so I simply decided to stop then. Exactly. And I shuffled the discard pile, so that was my discard pile. So I'm going to shuffle the pile again, that not this card is at the top, and I'm not going to place any more cards on the board. It was simply because I had all these tons of cards on the board. So I think I don't want to move there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I could take this sucker as a follower, and we got an object there, a psionic wand. You may use your craft instead of your strength during battle. Now that's fantastic. That is just fantastic, and of course I'm going to do that. So I'm going to move in here. I have to draw another card though. So and here's the thing: I have to draw a Harbinger card, but I'm going to do it. Let's see what we get here. Swarm of flies with a strength of 2. A thick swarm of flies is bringing ruin to the land. Okay. Not that great, but fine. Let's see what we can do. We also have only a strength of 2, which sucks. Okay, let's be lucky, but the swarm only has a strength of 1 because it's daytime. So that would be a standoff. And yeah, that's actually the case. Which is sad because that does not allow us then to grab the psionic wand, which is an awesome object. Okay, anyway, we have 2 dragon scales. Now that could be helpful for the scout. Well, the first one is a red one, and the second one is also a red one. So that means now Wathrax is the Dragon King, and that is indeed helpful for the scout. So that's a 3. So she now tries to enter through the portal of power. And she's going to use her craft. So she's got a 7. With the homunculus, it's another one. So it's 8. And, well, actually, she can take another spell. I forgot about that. I should do this. Terramorph. Cast at the start of your turn to any space in your region. Well, actually, I could cast that onto the portal of power. And then I can move without rolling the die. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think I actually want to do that. And there is actually no reason why I shouldn't. I mean, yeah, let's see. Now that's a 1, so that means we'll find a desert there. And yeah, let's try to find that. Okay, I'm going to remove the sprite dragon. And there we go. And then I'm allowed to simply move in because the portal of power has sunken into the sands of the desert now. And I guess we enter the Dragon Tower through a window or something. Then it's, yeah, now it's going to be interesting. It's now the the scout. And, well, let's see what happens. Oh, and by the way, we should have placed the dragon scale here. Now, there are not too many spaces left. In the middle region, there's actually no room for a dragon scale. That means that if the character had to place a dragon scale in this region and cannot do it, because everywhere is one, he has to face the dragon rage instead. But because only the dragon priestess is there, that's not a big deal because she's immune to dragon rage. Okay, so let's see what we got here. That's a yellow one. So everything is looking good for the scout right now. He's really doing good. So he can draw 3 cards now. We'll see what happens. Yeah, exactly. I actually placed the cards in a way, I remember that because of the Dragon Whisperer. I was allowed to place the cards in a way that, yeah, I thought that it is an advantage for me. So we end up here with a place, and that is number 1. That's kind of strange. Dragon Spine pass. We remain here for the rest of it. Roll a die. If the result is equal to or higher than the number of dragons in this region, you may teleport to any other space in the region. This is not the case, because there is no dragon there, even though we're standing right in front of him. But anyway. Then we got to fight this sucker here, the Varthrax Zealot, with a strength of 2. So he's got a strength of 4 because his master is the Dragon King, but he's not a match for me. And okay, I take him as a trophy. And now I gain the Holy Lands, and that's what I was waiting for. Very cool item. No evil character may have the Holy Lands. Add 1 to your strength during battle. Add 3 to your strength during battle against dragons. This is fantastic. So I'm going to discard the sword here and keep the Holy Lands, of course. But that might not be necessary because I use my craft, but we'll see about that. Okay, so I've drawn my 3 cards and I'm allowed to move ahead 2 spaces, and I end up now at the Crown of Command and yeah, confront the Dragon King, Varthrax. There we go. Beautiful picture here. And we can now choose, do we want to attack strength or craft? I think I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for craft. Craft of 10 is not so terribly bad. And now the guy has a strength of 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. There we go. Okay. So let's do the first round of combat. And so if I want to do now, we got a 14 here. And poor Varthrax only has a 10. And because it's daytime, he only has a 9. So he's barely a match at all here. Okay. Yeah, okay, I mean, definitely a good one. And a hit. Let's place this guy here. And now we see the Dragon Priestess. Okay, just had a little break. So we're gonna do the The priestess. Where is she? No idea. Over there. Yellow. And that's a 1. So she could take the dragon charm. Grillipus Coven. The coven will remain here for the rest of the game. You may discard one of your spells to claim 1 dragon scale from any draconic lord card. If you do not discard a spell, you must draw a dragon token instead. This sucker has a craft of 7. I got a craft of 6. Nah. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna move in here. I'm not sure if I have to encounter the knight, or if I can simply encounter the cards here. I guess I have to encounter the knight first. So I think I'm gonna give him my money. And then this is weird. Is it both here, or is just the place here and the knight is gone? That's also possible. I'm really not sure about that. Hard to tell. Okay, so this thing can actually, I think, be pretty useful. So let's see. Are there any other characters in the space? No. Encounter the space. Is it a draw card space? No. Are there any face-up cards on the space? Yes. Card encounter. Okay, yes. Does the encounter result in being moved to a different space? No. Follow the instructions on the space. Okay. So first we have to fight the monsters, I think. If there were any enemies, did you defeat or evade them all? Does the encounter result in you being moved to a different space? No. Follow the instructions on the space and then take any objects, magic objects. Okay. Okay, I see. So I guess the first thing we gotta do is we gotta pay the knight. Then we can take the dragon charm. And then you can we have to do this Grillipus Coven. Okay, so I guess now because we cannot discard a spell, we have to draw a token. Okay, so that's the green one. And damn it. I think from what I know, this goes now simply on that space or on another space in the region, and the other two remain there simply because the Dragon King cannot change right now. Now the problem is there is no other space in the region, so that means this thing is discarded, and she has now suffered from Dragon Rage, but it says you are not affected by Dragon Rage, so there is no effect here. Okay, and now it's the vampire hunter, and she draws a card. That's Dragon Sleep. Place a sleep token on all dragons in every region that do not already have a sleep token, then discard this card. Wow, okay, let's see. There are lots of cards, so we'll see what happens. And it's an event, so that means we gotta flip this, and Varthax is gonna getting stronger now. Okay, so I hope I didn't miss anybody. We've got our dragon markers, our dragon sleep markers now, basically on every dragon on the board. And that means now she can move one space. And the scout draws another dragon sleep marker, and we have to, well, we can place that now. Let's place it here. And yeah, he simply has to fight Varthrax, and this guy has now a craft of 11. And I was at 14. Yeah, so I'm pretty confident I can do that. Wow, that sucked. Shit. Well, I could re-roll this. I'm going to use that. But the Dragon Priestess discards her Dark Fate. So I'm not allowed to do that. That means I take a hit. And in addition, I suffer from the Dragon Rage. So I have to discard a follower. Okay, we only have the Wormslayer. So that's sad, he's a cool guy, but okay, we don't need him anymore, probably. So, he's discarded and eaten by the dragon. And yeah. Okay, yeah, not good. And we lose a life, obviously. And a red marker here. 6 spaces for the Dragon Priestess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, she could move here. They're both sleeping. Strength 3, 4. That's tough. I'm afraid I'm not strong enough to fight the desert drake here. What can I do? Can I move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could move here. Yeah, okay, I think I want to go to the chasm and encounter the dragon scale here. Inferno Dragon, strength 7. Holy shit. But okay, we got +5 here. That's pretty awesome. Before you engage the dragon in battle, makes a breath attack. Each character in this space must roll a die. If the character result is equal to a higher craft, he must lose a life. So that's only if we roll a 6. Ah, great. So we lose a life. And then, yeah, we are fighting that guy. So it has a strength of 7, but we are actually of 8. Okay, but we also have a strength of 7, so maybe we're lucky. And yes, we are. Awesome. So we can deal this for a strength point. And that's definitely cool. And we can claim this token. So we have a +6. This is pretty amazing, actually. Okay. So here's the thing. I mean, in theory, we could now start entering the Dragon Tower too. Because if we have to fight that dragon in with craft, and we can do that, then we have a craft of 12. And that's more than this sucker has. So we might actually say, hey, yeah, okay, let's go for it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. With these 6 additional, that's going to be good enough for most of the dragons. And because Vathrax is the Dragon King and will probably remain the Dragon King, there is no reason not to enter the Dragon Tower. So, it's now the vampire lady, and she actually can draw because of the mystic dragon, she can draw a card. So she's got that spell here, Exercise. Cast when you have just completed your move, discard 1 spirit in any region. If it is day, you may take the spirit as a trophy instead of discarding it. That's kind of cool. So maybe we find a spirit that allows us to gain... Yeah, definitely, we gain 1 more craft out of this guy. But it's night right now, so we can't do it. Okay, anyway, we got to draw 2 cards. And so this is a Vathrax Warlord with a strength of 4. That means he has a strength of 8 because of the knight and because Vathrax is the Dragon King. And a martial artist as a stranger, but we're going to see this guy later. So that's pretty tough. But we can draw another card because of our dragon lore. So that's a great portal. Portal will remain here for the rest of the game. Roll a die. So that's something you have to do. Okay. That's kind of cool. Add 1 to the score for each dragon scale you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You may add your strength, craft, and add 1 to the score. Holy shit. Now if she rolls a 22 overall, she can move to the Crown of Command. Wow, let's see, man. Okay, one after another, man. This is getting interesting. So, we start with the martial artist. The martial artist will remain here for the rest of the game. You may discard any number of your dragon scales. Gain 1 strength or craft for each dragon scale you discard. Okay, well, obviously that's something we're not going to do, simply because we want to move through this great portal. So this guy goes away. And now... Well, actually we could. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, and you know what? We can actually do that. Here's the thing. For each dragon scale you have, you can add 1, but we can also add our strength and our craft. So therefore, we can actually do this, and without any problems. So we can give away all our dragon scales. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and now we can add them and we can basically add them to our craft. And then we have an amazing craft, right? And a craft of 14. So yeah, I guess that's what we want to do. Or we could also add them, yeah, I think that's better than adding them to the strength. So we're going to go for craft here. This is insane. Absolutely crazy. Okay. This is what I love about this game. Things can happen that you never expect. And now, let's see. We have the Great Portal. Okay. So, we have here 6. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Believe it or not, believe it or not, that's enough. If we roll a 2, and you have a pretty good chance to do that, then we can teleport to the Crown of Command. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, we have an additional, because of the homunculus, we have an additional craft. So that means, yeah, we have one more. So it's a sure thing. We can move to the Crown of Command right away because we found the Great Portal. This is insane. Okay, so now we're standing here and I'm not sure what happens. Oh my goodness. Do they have to fight each other or what's going on now? Well, we'll see about that. Okay, so the way I understand it is that they both fight now Varthrax. And the guy who is actually the last one who can actually remove the last token, he's the winner. But there's a problem with that, right? And that problem is that in specific situations, it might actually be a good idea not to win the battle against him, because you don't want to be the one who removes the last but one token, right? Because then you're probably the loser. That's pretty crazy. And they both have 3 life points, so we might end up in a real strange situation here. I'm not sure how to do this. Maybe I want to check first at BGG that I don't make any mistakes here. Okay, so here's the thing, I guess. I'm simply following the rules of the base game, and they say there are 2 characters in the Crown of Command, and that's the case here. Only these 2 characters can encounter each other, and they don't have another encounter with something else. So I guess, yeah, they have to fight each other, and the winner can then continue fighting Varthrax. So, that means the Vampire Hunter has the first hit, and she has the big advantage that she's got that plate mail. That is definitely awesome. The other guy is better though, but only a little. So we see. But yeah, he's got that Holy Lance, the Great Axe. Oh boy, he's got that Great Axe. So that might take a while. Hard to tell. She's not bad either. She's got a +1 and the homunculus. So she is also good. Okay. And she could also use maybe spells. We'll see about that. So the first thing that happens is that, yeah, we see now attacks, and the scout uses his bolster spell, right? Casting yourself when you're about to engage in battle or psychic combat, roll a die and add the result to your attack score. Okay. So let's see what that is. Okay, that's a 6. That's pretty potent. And then, well, I give the vampire hunter a black die. So let's simply roll. Okay, obviously here the scout did a hit. He could now also take an item, if I'm not mistaken, instead of a life point. But she's going to use the plate mayo first. So let's see. And she didn't make it. Now that sucks, because now the other guy can't take the plate mail. And now it seems, because he's got to throw away hard to tell. Yeah, probably the Wyvern staff. And well, yeah, that was the first attack of the vampire hunter, and now, well, I think we don't really need to draw these counters anymore. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, now it's the scout, and he's fighting her, and well, let's see what happens, right? Okay, everybody's got a 1, which sucks. Now the scout says, okay, I'm going to throw my my fate in. Question is, will the dragon priestess intervene here? Hard to tell. Well, for her it doesn't really matter, so I think he says, no, I'm not. I don't give a damn here. And the scout has a reroll. The question is, I'm not sure if the other has to declare that she wants to reroll also right away, but I think she does. Let's say so. So she also throws in her fate, so they both get a reroll here. Oh, okay, that wasn't very helpful. Okay, so that's another point for the scout. I'm pretty sure about that. Overall, he's got a 7 here, plus 2 gives him a 9, and that's it. And she's got a 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that means that this time she will actually lose a life point. I wonder... No, you cannot take followers, right? Can you? I'm pretty sure you can't, otherwise he might have taken the Mystic Dragon, but I gotta check that. Pretty sure you cannot do that. Yeah, it's actually followers are not allowed. So he has to take a life or an object. And, well, it's the dragon priestess now, and... well, she has to suffer from a dragon rage, actually. So that means one of your followers, well, she doesn't have a follower, so that means, oh no, of course not, she is immune to this. And she could now simply try to also move into the tower. So that's 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be, that's pretty awesome actually. Yeah, I think she wants to move here. And she really wants to get that psionic wand. That is absolutely awesome. So she fights first the swarm of flies, which is not so easy, but this might be worth it. So she's got 3 The swarm also has 3. And shit. Shit. She can't make it. That's painful. Well, okay, so be it. She was stupid. She could have played the destruction. That was... Wow, was that stupid. She could have destroyed that swarm of flies and instead simply taken that. Fuck that. Oh man, was that stupid. Well, okay, but these kind of things happen. Shit. So she loses a life and once again she didn't make it. Shit. Then we see the vampire hunter attacking. Oh, wait a second. She's actually drawing a spell. That's something she can do because of her mystic dragon. And that's a magic portal. Cast at the start of your turn before you move. Roll a die to determine where the magic portal leads you. That's kind of fun. You're not allowed to move back, but a magic portal might be allowed. Maybe she should try. But then again, probably won't help her to win the game. But she might survive that way. Anyway, let's see what we get. Okay, that's again the scout. Holy shit. Yeah, no, he's actually... It's coming to an end. And it's the dragon priest... No, it's the scout again now with the attack. Okay, now this time it seems like a standoff. Let's see. Oh man, so this is a 7, 9. That's it. Now she's got a 6, 7, 8 with her special ability. So it's indeed a standoff. And yeah, so nothing happens here. And the priestess, she wants to move on. And that's a 3. So 1, 2, and she can enter here, the plane of peril, because there's only desert left. So she's also now in here. And we'll see what happens. Okay, I guess I'm going to stop now drawing these counters. Although there is still a chance that we draw a Dragon Rage, which could affect the game. So it's the Vampire Hunter, and she rolls. No, first she actually draws a spell. That's a Sacred Offering. Cast on yourself at the start of your turn. Discard one of your magic objects or followers to either heal all of your lives or replenish all your fate. Awesome. So that's what she does. First she's got to discard a spell because she cannot have more than 3. Pretty sure that's the maximum one can have. And then she's going to cast that thing on herself. And she's going to discard the Atlas of Al-Balaki. And that allows her to actually heal all their wounds. And now we start again. Oh man, this is, yeah, it's really a crazy game. So, but she's got that advantage of the spells, of course. And now she actually attacks, and that's a hit for the scout. Again, so she loses another life here. And then it's the scout himself. And yeah, that's also a hit for him, so he's really doing good. So she loses a second life. And again through the cup. And then it's the dragon priestess. So, she's now also inside the tower, meaning she draws a card. And we got a brimstone wyvern with a strength of 5. Brimstone wyvern's sulphurous stench permeates the scorch-marked landscape. It will remain here until it is killed. Okay, that's not so bad. Has a 6, but I have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So I'm in pretty good shape here. And yeah, I kill that thing. Very good. And that means I can now move 2 spaces. There we are. Okay, I actually had to recharge the battery during this epic battle now. So I think it's the scout, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll see another attack here. Oh wow, look at this. Now this time, actually the vampire hunter has 1. And that means the scout has to roll for his plate mail. And it saved him from losing that battle. No, that's actually not true. He only loses not the life. Look at that. He still lost the battle. So that means now the vampire hunter can take away the great axe. And that might change the situation now quite a bit. Wow, this is really getting very, very close. She's at 2, he's at 3. What a game. What a crazy game that is. Now, she draws a card. And first she's got to draw a marker, and she has to face the dragon rage, but she's immune. That's a dragon talon. Each dragon scale that matches your opponent adds 2 to your attack score instead of 1 during battle and psychic combat. So that is insane. That makes her basically completely dominant in this specific dungeon, this dragon tower. That means these dragon scales add now plus 12. So yeah, I mean, craft means she's got now a craft of 18. This is completely insane. And she's allowed to move on a space, but she's probably too slow to make it in here. But yeah, who knows? Maybe she can make it. It's hard to tell. It really is hard to tell. But then, if she has to face these suckers in battle, she will possibly lose. But it's not over yet. This is a completely crazy game. It's now the vampire huntress, and she can draw a spell. First she's got to draw this. Okay, goes away. And then she draws a spell, and that means displacement. Cast at the start of your turn, or when you have just completed your move. Remove any face-up adventure card from the board and move it to any space in the same region that is not already occupied by a character. Well, okay, that is not necessary. Nothing happens here. And then we'll do an attack. And now we have the advantage. I think we have a +1. Yeah, that's... oh gosh, that might be a standoff. Let's find out. So we have... Now... that's 6, okay? So that brings it to 8, 9, 10. So we got a strength of 10. And this guy has a strength of 8. That's basically it, huh? Oh, wow, man. Okay, that changes things really quite a bit. I say the scout is in a pretty bad situation here. No, he can lose the land. He can use the lands though. Okay, that can help him a little. So that means, but he still only has a strength of 9 then, right? 7, 8. No, it's only an 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. It's only an 8. Okay, so that means now she can take a weapon from him, and I think she will take the lance and leave him for now the plate mail, and she still can take the plate mail in the next turn if she wins that. But I think she's going to take the lance. Yeah. Okay. And, okay. Then it's the scout himself. Okay, now he's going to be really lucky here. And he's not lucky enough. That's a 5. So, I'm sorry, I just have to count this again. So, he's got a 7. Okay. Plus 6 makes it a 13. And she has 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, of course, a 15. So that means this guy is in deep trouble now. She takes his plate mail from him. And yeah, now he's not in a good shape anymore. But we still have our dragon priestess, and she's coming now. And well. So we got these. Oh boy! Wow, a red dragon and a black dragon. That's a lot. Well, let's see. So, if you are defeated, you do not lose a life. Instead, you must place one of your followers on this card. Well, okay. She doesn't have a follower. Black Dragon has a 7. You may not use any armor during battle unless it is a magic object. So that means both together, because it's night, we have to add 2 overall. So they come with 18 strength. This is insane. I only have a strength of 12 plus 3 makes it 15, right? I think so. Okay, let's see what we get. Well, that's not too impressive. We could consider using our fate. There is a chance that we win that, but we have to roll a 6, and it's very unlikely that we do that. Still, I'm going to throw that in. Let's see what we roll. Aha! Now look at that. Okay, okay. So that means we got 12 plus 6 makes it 18, right? Plus 3 makes it 21. And these suckers have a 16 plus 2 because of the knight makes it 18, plus 2 makes it 20. So no joke, she gets these two guys as a trophy. This is insane. That means now that she has here 21 points, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And that means she gets 3 strength for that. Okay. In addition, this is an amazing game. It just is. In addition, she can now move 3 spaces ahead because she killed 2 enemies. So she ends up here. Okay. The Vampire Hunter. Let's see. She now rolls 2 dice. Yeah, no, obviously. I'm completely overwhelmed by this game. It's so crazy. We have here another red scale, which has no consequences, basically, and then she can draw a spell. That's a spell called cast immediately after any character casts a spell. Instead of placing the spell on the discard pile, you may take it. Might turn out to be useful, so this goes away. I wonder if she can use that on her own space. Any character. Well, yeah, I think she can. And then we'll see the next attack. And again, this time it's a clear victory for her. The scout loses a life point. And it's the scout then. And again, he loses a life point. This is just crazy, you know. I mean, I would never have thought that she had a chance after we've seen how this all started. But, oh, whatever. Okay, then it's the Dragon Priestess again, and she is still in the game. There is absolutely a chance that she can make it to the top. This is absolutely insane. So she now draws also 3 cards right here. And again, she's got tons of enemies, but that might actually help her. She's got the Mountain Dragon and a Varthrax Warrior with a +2. So that means these suckers, this guy has a strength of 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 9 makes it 16. Okay, that's 16, man. But she has now a strength of 12, 17, 18, 19. And of course she wins that. And this is completely going off the rail. She gets an additional strength point. Oh boy. So there we go. And then she gets the Dragon Bane. Double your strength value during battle against dragons. Oh, come on, man. This is absolutely insane. So if she fights a dragon now, she has a strength value of 12 plus 8, 20. Yeah, okay, she's got a strength value of 40. I mean, this is... On the other hand, I'm not sure. I think the strength value... is the starting strength? I'm not sure. I gotta check that. Okay, it's actually the way I thought. The strength value is doubled, so it means she gets only 2 additional points. Otherwise, it would be pretty ridiculous. Still, I mean, she killed 2 more guys, and that allows her now to move again 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So she's really running up that staircase where the others are killing each other. So we got the vampire hunter again attacking, and let's draw a dragon scale. There might be still a dragon rage, although, as I said, the consequences would be minimal. And again, and this time that's it. The scout is gone. The scout is killed. So that means she gets the banner of valor because she's with him in the same space. She gets the buck, and that's it. The scout is killed now. Yeah. And the player won't start with a new character, because once a character made it to the crown of command, no new character can start. Okay. But the game is not over yet, because she still has to kill Vathrax, which basically would not be such a big deal. There's coming someone else, right? So that's exactly what happens now. The Dragon Priestess can draw 2 more cards. And again, we see a massive battle here. Strength of 3, strength of 8. Makes it 11 plus 2. Now wait a minute. This sucker actually has a strength of 6, right? So we add them. That's 14. Plus 2 for the knight is 16. Okay. Now she has 12. Is that so? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just amazing. So she adds 12 plus 8, that's 20. Okay, so that should not be a big deal. Yeah, easy, easy. And she gets even more. And now she has here trophies worth 6 and 8. That's 14. So she gets 2 more. And we're through the deck now. Okay, there we go. And she's allowed again to move 3 spaces. So she's here now. And then it's she fighting Vathrax. And she's in a very good shape, of course. So should we roll a die? And yeah, no big deal. Vathrax drew this another life point here. And then it's her, and she draws 3 more cards, but I gotta shuffle. Okay, so we end up here with 3 cards now. And we got the Wyvern with a strength of 5. Well, I simply take this guy as a trophy. And yeah. And then we gain, well, this thing is actually a place. First we have to roll. Yeah, but this is a teleport. So I'm pretty sure that doesn't work here because there are no dragons there. Okay, anyway, and here we have the Dragon Scale shirt. You're not affected by a Dragon's Breath attack. If you are defeated in battle or psychic combat, you may discard 1 of your Dragon Scales. If you choose to do so, the attack is considered a standoff. Okay, so that means with all her Dragon Scales, it's going to be impossible, basically, to kill her with this Dragon Scale shirt. But she's screwed anyway. I mean, she She's definitely stronger, although maybe not so much stronger, because she cannot use the dragon talon when fighting her. But she still has a strength of 10. And, well, the other one has a strength of 8, 9. So it's going to be a very close battle, actually. Okay, so she actually killed one guy, so she can now move right here. And she's not there yet, but very soon. The other lady will attack, and yeah, well, I'm not so sure if that's a hit. Let's see. Vathrax has a 10. No, wait a minute, we did craft. So, yeah, it's no problem here, so he loses one. And then it is actually, again, the Dragon Priestess. She's got to draw 3 more cards. And if she's successful here, oh gosh, that's a pretty hard battle now at the end. She might not be able to make it. That's tough. That's 18. Okay, now here's the thing. Before you engage the dragon in battle, it makes a breath attack. Well, but we've just got the dragon scale shirt. You're not affected by the breath attacks. Okay, that's cool. If you attack and do not kill the whelp, okay, a monstrous cloud dragon is terrorizing this area. So that means we have to fight. These suckers have a 10. That's 18 plus 3. That gives them a strength of 21 combined. Now let me try this again. We got 12 plus 5, so I'm at 22, right? Plus 10, yeah. So that's 22. Well, plus 1. No, plus 2 because of the Dragon Bane. Makes it 24. Yeah, so I think I can do that. Let's find out. Yeah, I did it. I killed them all 3. What a massacre. Okay, so that means they have, we said 21, right? No, wait a minute, it's 18 without modifications. But we can throw in the Wyvern, so that means I can trade these 4 cards for 3 more strength points. Which means trouble for the Vampire Hunter. Because now I am entering completely pumped the Crown of Command, and I'm gonna rip the head of the poor lady, which is standing here. And yeah, let's simply do an attack here. And the Vampire Hunter is again black. So this time it's not so clear, actually. Let's see what we got. So we got a 10, a 13. That's a strength of 13. Okay. What about the dragon? No, that's only against dragons. Okay, so it's only a 13. That's all we got. She has a 6, an 8 with the axe. The Monculus makes it a 9. And that's it. Right? Nope, a 10, because she's a Vampire Hunter. So that means, I think we got a standoff. Yeah, exactly, we got a standoff here. Gosh, she has to be fantastic to win that. Okay, it's only a standoff, but maybe she's lucky and she draws a great spell. Let's see what we get. Burning Curiosity. Cast at the beginning of any character's turn. Look at the top 5 cards of the adventure deck, burn 3 and choose of those cards. Place all remaining card back on top. Well, okay, that doesn't help a bit, so we can discard this right away. And then she will attack. There is no other choice for her. And that's the same thing again, a standoff. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, even if she wins, right? She can simply throw away one of her dragon scales because of the dragon scale shirt. And then the attack is considered a standoff. So it's basically impossible for the vampire hunter to win this. Dragon priestess rolls, and this time she makes it. The vampire hunter loses one. The vampire hunter draws another spell, and if she doesn't come up with something completely crazy like a twist of fate, cast after you pay a fate, but before you reroll, you choose which die result you will use. You know, I mean, in the end, it has to be, I don't know what, something completely amazing like, I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea what might save her here. Okay, now she does the attack. And that's actually a hit. 6-1, that's a successful hit. But she can simply use her dragon scale shirt. Throw away a dragon. If you are defeated, you may discard one of your dragon scales. If you choose to do so, the attack is considered a standoff. That's it, right? And the problem is, if it would say you still lost the attack, then she could take away that thing from her. But that's not possible, and that makes it so terrible. The only option, well, maybe what could save her is if she would draw a spell that could destroy some of her items or something like that. Then she might have a chance, but it's very unrealistic. Now the priestess rolls, and this time it's a victory, and that's it. I mean, the vampire hunter is dead, and I think if you're the last surviving character, you have actually won that game. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have to fight Varthrax, but even that would be now completely easy. She is so superior compared to him with her strength of 12. She's got a strength of 12, 22, that's 25, 27. Okay, I mean, this is just insane, right? Okay, so that's it. We have an evil dragon priestess ruling over the country. Okay, I know this game and the video went completely off the rails. It's far too long, I'm pretty sure about that. But it was so amazing, I just couldn't stop. It was unbelievable. And this is exactly what this game is about. I mean, there is no better way to show it. You know, just watch the last 2 videos or so and you know exactly why I love this game so much. Because it is, you know, everything can happen. I really mean it. Everything can happen in this game. She was the last one appearing and she won. And she won not just, I mean, it was a dominant victory in the end. It was insane, completely. And an hour ago, everybody thought, hey, it's clearly a victory for the scout, right? It was so obvious that he would win. And then the vampire huntress draws the magic portal and is teleported into the crown of command. How awesome is that? And then they fight each other. And in the meantime, she actually managed to become completely dominant and just runs up the stairs and beats the hell out of the vampire huntress. What a game. Unbelievable. So what about the expansions? Well, it's hard to tell. The Dragon expansion, I think it's good for some... if you bring it from time to time on the game, it's great. But I don't want to play that all the time, you know. Dragons must remain something special. They should not be on the board all the time. So to bring this expansion, I don't know, maybe every 4th or 5th time you play the game is cool. That's great, but not too often. There might be interesting ways to combine, for example, this Dragon Tower, which I really like, with the base game or something. You could, for example, there is a variant that allows you to say, okay, you enter the space with the Crown of Command in the center of the base game, and then you have to make it through the Dragon Tower in addition. You know, something like that would be a pretty cool idea, and that would actually bring a real climax to a game which is sometimes not climactic enough, especially if you only play with the base game. They've tried some things, for example, this Deep Realm. No, it's not the Deep Realm. Which is it? I think it's the Deep Realm. I think it's the Netherworld expansion, which is pretty awesome. They have these special ending cards, small cards that you place on every space, and these are really tough enemies. But if you just play with the enemies of the base game, usually if you make it through the mines or the crypt, it's not too hard to make it to the end, right? And then you just have maybe some big surprise at the very end, or a good challenge at the very end, but the rest of the inner region is not such a challenge. Here it can be very different, I think, and well, there might be interesting ways, as I said, to combine that with the base game, for example. It's a little fiddly to always to draw these cards and these scales and then place them here, and that is something. It's not too bad, but you got to remember it every time, and you know, usually you just roll, move, and so on. This time you have to do something additional, but it's not a big deal. It's okay, I guess. It might also speed the game up a little bit, simply because it's easier to encounter harder creatures more often or on a more regular basis than this might happen if you only play if you play without these dragon expansions, because obviously you have a lot of strong creatures there, and that allows you to improve your skills faster once you manage to kill creatures of that strength. So overall, I'm absolutely willing to play that from time to time. The Harbinger, I'm not so sure, actually. I like the atmosphere, you know, this kind of apocalyptic thing. That's cool. Some cards are interesting, there is no doubt. I love the terrain cards that change the environment. That's great. And by the way, you already have that in the Firelands expansion, but here it's even more, it's a more important part. But I'm not a big fan of these kind of timers you have to fight against, you know, like these 7 omens. I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of that. There's a similar thing in Mists of Zanaga, of Runebound, I think, that I also don't like that much, where you also have to try to be as fast as possible, and you do have to hurry like an idiot, and you don't really find the time to enjoy exploring the game board. In this case, after a while, that wasn't the case anymore, because nearly everywhere on the game board were these dragon scales. And then we could encounter the dragon cards instead of the normal adventure cards. So we didn't have to draw any more of these Harbinger cards. But it was extremely close. It was extremely close. I mean, I was already at the 7th omen, and we would have missed tons of fun if we had to stop the game, I don't know, 3 hours before or so. I mean, that's... all the crazy things just happened afterward. So I think... but I'm pretty sure I'll bring this expansion also on the table. Of course, it also adds sometimes a nice, some some nice story to the game. And so, if you want something extraordinary compared to your normal Talisman play, you can say, okay, let's do it. Let's take the Harbinger. And maybe there is a way to somehow combine this with the Cataclysm expansion. So, you know, that you say, okay, if the world goes to hell, we simply start all over again on the other board or something like that, you know, on the Cataclysm board. That's also an interesting option. You got to come up with tons of house rules. That's something I also love about this game. You have so many options, and yeah, it's fantastic. Just a fantastic experience. I loved it completely. Yeah, don't know what else to say. I'm really curious about the Cataclysm, and there'll be a time when I do a video about that. Absolutely sure. And yeah, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.